Now I just had a giant celebration. All you people missed it. Anyways, we are finishing module 3 this week. So this week is the last vocabulary sentences you'll have to write of 2020. You will not have to do it again until 2021. Whoop whoop. Yeah. So we have 8 new vocabulary words to learn today. We have 4 new prefixes to learn. And then we're going to quickly go over our the prepare to read page, and then any extra time is yours to work on your assignment. Your assignment is due tomorrow. It is only 4 sentences, but let's hop right into it. No, we're not doing a module 3 writing prompt, Isaac. I said that a long time ago. I decided because it was so crazy with all of us being at home that there'd be no module 3 writing prompt. So when we come back to school in January, we will have a module 4 writing prompt. But that is literally a month away, so we are not going to worry about it. There is no module 3 writing prompts, okay? Okay. So we're going to get right into our vocabulary words. If you would like to answer, I need you to raise your hand on the raise your hand thing, or in here, you can obviously raise your hand here. But I need everyone alive, focused. Use the chat for school things only. Feel free to raise your hand if you want to answer. Like I said, there are 8 vocabulary words. This will be recorded. This is recorded as well in case you get kicked off. Join back on, but it's being recorded. Our first one is surge. S-U-R-G-E. Does anyone know what surge is? By the way, the pictures aren't the most helpful this time, so not the best. Jaden.
Like a big thing of water just coming really fast.
So Jaden said a big thing of water, and a surge could be with water. It does not have to be water, though. Mr. Mark, you want to raise your hand, or you raised your hand? Do you want to tell us what you think?
It's it's kind of hard to explain. I know what it is, but it's like a big kind of just sudden, fast, like kind of blast.
Okay, so that's probably the best we're going to get, because it is kind of a hard definition. So a surge is a sudden, powerful movement forward or upward. So it could be a surge of water, like Jaden said, like a flood. That would be a sudden, powerful movement of water. It'd be a flood. So a surge just means a sudden, powerful movement upward or forwards. It could be water. It could be electricity, things like that. But surge means sudden, powerful movement, okay? Any questions on surge? Yes.
Can you give me a sentence for that? Because I have no idea what would be a sentence.
So a surge could be a surge of water from the hurricane flooded the area. So that means all the water from a hurricane suddenly flooded. So there would be a surge of water. Or I could say, I've turned on all the Christmas lights and there was a sudden surge of power, meaning all of a sudden I need all the power for the Christmas lights. Okay? Abigail?
Like, what is that? Like for animals, like a surge of animals coming at me. That's called a stampede.
That would be a stampede. But I guess if you really wanted to, you could. Paisley? You have a question?
You can probably use a definition for an earthquake.
The earthquake caused a giant surge of earth to move upward. Okay? Because the earth, sometimes shifts during an earthquake. Connor?
A surge of coronavirus flooded the world.
Or we could say the surge of corona cases caused us to go red, right? We were red for just a few weeks because a sudden surge, meaning a powerful movement of corona, caused that, okay? So a surge would be a movement forward, upward, etc. All right, check. Our next one is a word that every single one of us has heard. It is kind of a little bit hard to talk about the definition, but we've definitely heard this word. It is eventually. What does eventually mean? It's hard to say the definition without using the word in your definition. It's hard to do that. Abby?
You'll get it done sometime.
That's a good way to put it. It will happen in some time. Those keywords, sometime. So to state something will happen eventually means it will happen at some time. Normally after a series of other events. But basically it means will happen in the future. Eventually means in the future. Sometimes there's not a definite thing. If I say, oh, I'll get it done eventually, I'm not putting it'll be done by tomorrow at 2:35. I'm saying, oh, whenever I get to it. So we all know how to make the sentence for eventually, like eventually I'll do my homework, or eventually I'll eat lunch, or eventually I'll clean my room. all different types of that. This is like I said, the pictures are not the best for these for the definitions, but it goes along with the sentence. So the sentence that goes along with this picture is the horse will eventually reach the finish line. Okay. Yeah. So our next one is regions. R-E-G-I-O-N-S. So what are regions? It is one word that I'm looking for. Do not say the Midwest, the Southeast. That's not what I'm looking for. Those are regions, but I'm not looking for specific regions. I'm asking you, what are regions themselves? What is the definition of region? Mr. Dillon.
A large area of land.
Region, that's perfect. Large area of land, or it doesn't even have to necessarily be large, but regions are areas, okay? Or sections. Yeah, regions, areas, sections. That's it. So you could say many regions in the north or in the western United States had damage from wildfires. Or you could say we live in the Midwest region or anything like that. So regions, you could say the United States is separated into 5 regions. Any of those would be A-okay sentences, okay? Regions equal areas. Not too hard. Most of these words this week aren't like crazy hard or anything. Our next one is mobile. What does mobile mean? If I'm mobile, if you're mobile, if it's mobile, what is mobile, Corgan? Corgan. No, it doesn't. Corgan, let's go. Marissa, you're not Corgan, so you shouldn't be answering. Corgan, are you going to answer? Olivia, I'm moving on to you because Corgan's MIA.
Mobile means like to move from one place to another.
So mobile has to do with moving. If something is mobile, it's able to be moved or moved easily. So if Mrs. Kneifel picked up my cell phone, this is considered a mobile phone because it can travel with me. It goes with me. Back in the day when Mrs. Kneifel was a kid, the phones were like connected to the wall. Well, actually, I don't know if I ever had those. Mine might have always been able to be taken off the base, but that's besides the point. Cars are mobile. This desk that my computer's on is mobile because I could move it. So things that are able to move or moved easily are mobile. Mia.
Did you say Corgan was M-I-A?
Yeah, missing in action.
That's how you spell my name, and I'm not missing an action.
That's funny. All right. That's funny. I'm going to start calling you that, missing in action. All right. Whoop. All right, next one is anchored. And I'm not talking about the noun anchor, which is a thing that stops you from moving. I'm talking about the adjective anchored. Can anyone give me a definition for anchored? The adjective, not the noun, the thing anchor, but the adjective anchor. Missing in action. Mia, go. Nice and loud so people at home can hear you.
I'm not sure, but I think it's like trapped.
Okay, kind of. Abigail?
We're like just keep the wall. Like if you're anchored to the wall, you're staying there forever. You're not moving.
Okay, Abigail, if in case you probably couldn't hear, was if you're anchored to a wall, you're like attached to it and you can't move. Rainier, do you want to add to that?
You're holding on to something.
So, those are all right along with it, but something that is anchored is firmly attached to something else or weighed down so it won't move easily. So, if I have a boat and I have an anchor, the noun anchor, and I throw it in the ocean, then I'm going to be anchored to the ground. The boat won't be able to move because I'm attached to the ground, okay? Like Abigail said, if I like the bulletin boards in Mrs. Sittig's classroom over there, they are anchored to the wall. We can't just pull those bulletin boards off. They are attached to the wall. That's where they stay, okay? So an anchor is a noun, but anchored is an adjective, okay? Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So a word could be the anchored boat could not drift out to sea, okay? The boat was anchored to the ground, or Mrs. Sittig's bulletin boards are anchored to the wall, or Mrs. Kneifel is currently anchored to this stool. Okay? Okay. You guys can't tell that I'm sitting on a stool, but I am. All right, next one. Ooh, what time does this class get over? 55. Oh, we got lots of time. The next one is foundations. This one might be a little bit helpful. This picture, foundations, Foundations, foundation. Someone I haven't heard from. Presley, I haven't heard from you today. What's foundations?
The base of something.
Yeah, perfect. So foundations are the base pieces. In this picture, it'd be houses or buildings that are built upon, but you could also say like the foundations of reading are learning your alphabet, right? Or the foundations of learning to ride a bike are understanding how to push the pedal. So the foundations are the base pieces of something. It's the building blocks, the beginning steps. So a sentence could be, for this picture, workers laid the foundation before the house could be built. Okay? Okay. 2 more. Next one. Category. What is a category? What is a category? Someone I haven't heard from today. We are missing so many people on here. It's making me sad. Oh, wait, but I guess there's some people in other classes. Maybe we don't have, maybe we're not missing that many people. I have no idea. Molly, tell me, love. Molly.
Like organized into what they're like.
Okay, organized into what they're like. There's a specific word I'm thinking of. Abby?
You have some stuff in certain piles.
Certain piles, which also could be called what? Sorted. Into what?
Organized groups.
Groups. That's the word I was looking for. So a category is a group of something that is similar to each other in some way. So right now, everyone on the live and here, you guys are grouped as 5th graders, right? You guys are categorized as 5th graders because you are all 5th graders. If I said, currently there's 2 groups, there's in-person learners and virtual learners. Those would be 2 different categories of learners. Right now I have 7 in person and 31 of you at home right now. Okay, so those would be categories. We've all heard the word categories before, nothing crazy. A sentence for this picture would be, we place each ball in a different color category. Not that crazy. Mia.
I'm just curious of what kind of noise that is that is weird.
Okay, so those of you that you might hear it on the recording or something, there is a sound that keeps going off. It is because we are getting a new intercom system and a new bell system here at school, and it's not quite finished. So they're still trying to finish it, so that's why we keep on hearing those weird noises. So, sorry.
Mrs. Kneifel,
Mark.
I have a good sentence. Categories has categories.
Right on. All right, last vocab word. Dun, 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 is track. And not the track and field, like I'm going to go run a mile. I'm talking about a different kind of track. What does track mean? T-R-A-C-K. Someone I haven't talked to today. James, you want to tell me what track means, sir?
A track is like the base of like basically something's moving and the track is where the thing is moving. Like the hurricane is moving on a track.
Okay, so there's definitely different types of track. So there's track and field, like when I want to go run a mile. James was talking about like a train track. That would be what a train follows. I want another type of track. What's the other type of track? This type of track is a verb. So James is talking about the noun track, like a track a train follows, but I want the verb. Logan? Yeah, if you can track something, a verb is something that you do. To track something is to watch it and see where it moves and how it changes. So here's a picture of a meteorologist tracking a storm to warn people of their path. So you can track storms, okay? So there's the track and field track. There's the noun track, like a train track, or there is the verb track, which is when you watch something, see where it moves, see how it changes, okay? So those are our 8 vocab words of the week. Serge. Oh no, my
Prefixes.
eventually. Regions. Thank you. Mobile. Anchored. Foundations. And category and track. Okay? Woo! But we are not done with reading class because we still got lots more to learn. Connor, get off your computer.
You just said
No, I did not. I have not said that. No one else in this classroom is on their computer. Nope. Mrs. Kneifel doesn't have time for it. We have to learn our prefixes. We have 4 new prefixes to learn. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Oh, wow, I keep on dropping this paper. So, we have 4 new prefixes to learn. This Michael's about to make Mrs. Siddick's board dirty. Sorry. So, we have inter, I-N-T-E-R. We have com, C-O-M. We have con, C-O-N, and core, C-O-R. I want to start with enter first, I-N-T-E-R. Does anyone have a word with enter? If you're at home, you can just type it into the chat. You don't have to raise your hand. If you have a word that has enter, please type it into the chat. It's I-N, Mark, not E-N. Mia. Intermediate.
I don't know what that means. But
So if I said you were, I'm probably spelling that wrong, but that's okay. If I said you're intermediate, that means you're in between beginner and like really good. Intermediate's like the middle. Connor?
intuition.
That's intuition, not interwition, but good one. Good try. Anyone at home?
I have one for con too.
Okay, well, we're not there yet. Okay, I had some people type ones at home. Intermission. There's interconnection. Intercom. There's international. Interject. I don't know, whatever. Other internet.
Interpret a word.
Yeah. Interpret. All right, we got all these ones. Okay, you at home can stop listing them, but there's tons of words that start with I-N-T-E-R. And we've already talked about how prefixes, suffixes, and roots, they have their rules and they have their meanings. Does every single word follow the exact meaning? No. Internet does not, wherever I wrote internet, somewhere over there, internet doesn't really follow this meaning. Intercom doesn't really follow the meaning, but intermediate does, intermission does, interconnection, those ones do. So all of these are really harder ones to guess. So the meaning of inter is between, or it is among, okay? So intermediate, you are between beginner and really good. Intermission, that's in between something. An interconnection is a connection between two things, okay? So inter means between or among. Like I said, these are just harder, like the rules or the meanings of these were just harder than ones in the past, and that's totally okay. But that is what it means, all right? When we have our test on Friday, the question that has about one of these, I'll probably help you guys out with. By the way, this is what I forgot to say when we started. Mrs. Kneifel was grading our tests from this weekend, and some of you clearly did not watch Mrs. Kneifel's video. Because in Mrs. Kneifel's video, I gave you the answers to 7, 8, 9, and 10. I gave you the answers. Guess what? 13 people got number 8 wrong. Okay, how do you get it wrong when I physically give it to you? So those of you that didn't bother to watch the video, shame on you. If you haven't done your test yet, you need to do it before Wednesday. ASAP-a-rooney. Next time, watch my video, because lots of you, I don't know who it was. I mean, I could find out. I just don't remember right now. Lots of you didn't bother to watch my video. All right, anyways. Angelina, what's your question?
It sucks that many people get that wrong, because for me, at least, that was one of the easiest tests that we had as far as this plain question.
Right. Ooh, there's that weird sound. All right, we're moving on to com. Does anyone know a word that has com in it? If you're at home and you know something with com, put it in my chat. Jaden.
Intercom.
But it's the prefix, so I want it at the beginning. Remember, com, I need it at the front. All right.
Common.
Common, yeah. So common. Abby.
Compare.
Compare. Mia.
Competition.
Competition. Someone said communication. How about combined? Combined or combination or convert.
Compete.
Compete. words. Yes, if you're at home, you can stop typing COM words because there are so many. We don't got time to type them all day. That would take forever. No. All right. So, combined, or, ooh, there's another one. This was the one that goes with it. Combined, and, oh, that's not what I wanted. Compact. Combined, compact, combination. These ones fit the meaning really, really well. Means with or together, okay? I'm just telling you the meaning. So if I combine something, I put them together, okay? If I compete, you're doing that with someone else, right? You don't normally compete against yourself. So means with or together, okay? All right, our next, Avery, why are you saying a question mark, ma'am? A question mark isn't helpful. You have to actually say the question. Mark, please stop typing COM words. What?
I don't think common is common. Does it follow the rules?
No, not really. Remember, prefixes and suffixes, not all of them. Landon, what does 78 have to do with anything? Remember, not all these words follow the rule, okay? We just listed words, and it's good that we list words that don't follow the rule because then that just proves not every single one follows the rule. But combine, compact, combination, those ones compete. Those ones fit the rule really good, where comfort doesn't really fit it, or common, those don't really fit the word, and that is totally fine, okay? Corgan, LOL is not something we should be putting in the chat. So, means with or together. Remember, not every word is going to fit the rule, okay? That's just how life works. All right, our next one is con. There's a lot of words, like, I don't really love the con words. So, if you have a CON word, feel free to type it in the chat. Abby. Contrast, yes. Dylan.
Concert. Honor.
That wouldn't fit our rule, but yeah. Yeah.
Concrete.
Concrete, yes. Or how about concentrate? Or convert? Or concause? There's some CON words. Some people at home said constitution, construct, construction, congratulations. Yeah, look at all those lovely CON words. Look at you people just Googling CON words at home. Anyways, look at these people that don't know them. We have plenty of words because I'm running out of space. So, con means with, or it means thoroughly. Okay? So if you concentrate, you're thinking really hard. You're thinking through things thoroughly. If you're converting something, that doesn't really go with it. Convert, you're changing things. You have to go with one thing to another thing. Contrast, it's changing. So I remember not all words fit it, but con means with or thoroughly. Okay? Just telling you what it means. Doesn't mean every single one of them follow it. Okay? And our last one is core. C-O-R. Does anyone have a C-O-R word? C-O-R. Jaden? But if we took out C-O-R, all that's left is N. So that wouldn't be a prefix. That's just as a word that happens to have C-O-R. Remember, we're looking for prefix words. Word that if we took away that, beginning, there's still something left. Time out. Time out. All right, sorry. Get out your sweatshirt. All right, core. Correct, Abby? Correct. Vortex. How about cooperation? Or corporative? Or corporate? Corner.
Dang it, I was gonna say good.
Correlation. This is Knifel's handwriting. I'm out of space, so thank you for you guys typing it at home. But core, once again, means with or together. Just telling you what they mean, okay? So, remember, key word, key thing to remember. Not all things go along with the rules, but inter means between or among. Com means with or together. Con means with or thoroughly, and core means with or together. These ones are definitely a little bit harder than ones we've done in the past, so I promise on your test on Friday, I will help you out with this question. We'll go over it together, and I will probably give you the answer, but you guys need to actually watch the video so you don't get the answers wrong. Okay? All right. We are moving on. I need all of you people to, my friends, at school, I need you to hop onto HMH and go to, and at home, hop onto HMH and just go to the Prepare to Read page. We're just going to quickly go over the Prepare to Read page together, and then I will set you free to do your homework. Connor, put your vest on the right way or you're going to be leaving the room, sir. I'm going to try to share my screen in case your HMH isn't working at home or something.
Mine will never load.
Well, I'm going to share my screen, so.
Mrs. Knifel.
What?
My favorite word out of all of them is correctamungo.
Right on. Yeah, there's tons of words. I mean, I could list them for days. We just don't have time for that. Okay, I'm planning on sharing my screen if it loads. Oh, it's gone.
I put coronavirus. That's what I put.
Shh. Why do you have your headphone in? Get your headphone out. I'm talking. You don't need it in. If my screen ever loads. All right, my screen's not loading, but that's okay. I'll just whip out my book and you guys can just look at my book with me. So, lovely friends, this week is Module 3, Week 3, and the story we are reading is called something, if I can find the page. It is called Hurricanes, the Science Behind Killer Storms. So, everyone, we're going to be reading what? About what? Hurricanes. So, that is the natural disaster we will be reading about this week. So, let's all just look at the Prepare to Read page. It is an informational text that gives us facts and examples about a topic. So, is this nonfiction or fiction, everyone? Nonfiction, because we're getting real life facts and examples. And remember, in our nonfiction text, there's going to be headings and subheadings. There's going to be science, content area words. There's going to be maps. There's going to be sidebars. There's probably going to be some real life photographs, all those fun things. So I'm excited. We are going to start reading the story tomorrow, not today. But before we end, does anyone know anything about hurricanes? Like, just give me a fact that you already know about hurricanes. Raise your hand if you're at home. If you're here at school and want to share something you think that you know about hurricanes, I would love to just, what do we already know about hurricanes? Bryden, what do you know about a hurricane?
I know that they can only happen around the coast. They can never happen around us because only oceans can have hurricanes because of that.
So in Indiana, can't have a hurricane because they're Connor, what are you doing? Oh, you're charging? Okay. We can't have hurricanes because we don't have an ocean or anything like that around here. What's something else that we know about hurricanes? Just off the top of your head, what do you know about a hurricane, Mia?
Sometimes there can be a tsunami with it, or it can cause floods.
Who can cause floods? A tsunami could be in, those would be more like island specific places like we read about tsunamis last week. Anyone else know anything about a hurricane? Abigail? Yes, someone said that in my last class. There's an eye in the hurricane, and the eye is the center of the hurricane, and it's supposedly the calmest spot. But there is that in a hurricane. Perfect. Anyone else know anything about a hurricane? Paisley, you're raising your hand.
hurricanes are tropical storms?
So hurricanes are not tropical storms. Technically, those are two different things. A tropical storm is less than a hurricane. So it's tropical storm, tropical storm, tropical storm, tropical storm. Once it gets to a certain level, then it is a hurricane. So I mean, I guess they're two different things, though, technically, because tropical storms are not as powerful as hurricanes. Anyone else want to say anything? Olivia?
I know that hurricanes can cause tornadoes.
All right. So basically, we already know some facts about hurricanes, which is fabulous. I'm glad we already know some facts about hurricanes. We are obviously going to be reading a whole bunch more about hurricanes starting tomorrow. So right now, I just am, well, not for everyone, but for my homeroom and Mrs. Siddig's, your homework is officially posted. And then I'm moving to Mrs. Jones's class and I'm going to post your homework. Your homework is to pick 4 of the 8 words and write vocabulary sentences. There's no reason anyone is not getting 100%. We have done this so many times. Use a capital letter, use punctuation, spell the word right. The words are literally written for you, and make sure your sentence makes sense. There's no reason we're not getting 100%. This is due by tomorrow before class starts, okay? So by 9:39 a.m. tomorrow, oh wait, no, what time is reading class tomorrow? Well, it still says 9:39. Regardless, get it done, okay? You have about 8 minutes now till this reading class is over to do it. If you have any questions, please let me know, but it should be posted for everyone now. So if you're at home, you are free to leave me unless you have a question. Go do your vocab homework, okay? This is your homework, vocabulary. If you have a question, please, Presley, that not by was a little bit unnecessary. Some of you peeps, we need to go over our etiquette about what we do during these lovely things. All right, anyways, you guys are free to leave me unless you have a question, but you are doing your 4 vocabulary sentences. Just 4. Pick whichever 4 you want. It's due tomorrow.
Me have a question,
Okay.
but it's not about reading. It's about grammar because I was in science class. So
Okay. Well, all you have to do is watch the video, and then we're going to have grammar again tomorrow. So.
no, not that. I was asking, can I do all of mine?
But we didn't go over all of it. I mean, if you want to do all of it, you can if you think you know it, but we haven't gone over all the pages. We've only gone over the first page of our homework. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Right. Bye. Everyone's free to leave me. Go do your homework. If you have any later missing work in reading, please get it done. Bye. Does anyone here have any questions?